Got a secret play up my sleeve, a touchdown dream you won't believe. It's the game we love the most, the most. Fantasy football, anonymous. We're the ones you can always trust.
Welcome to Fantasy Football's Anonymous, where we were very bad addicts the last 3 weeks. We prioritized things like our family, and we will not make that mistake anymore. We are back locked into the fantasy season, ignoring our kids, ignoring our spouses, and prioritizing what really matters, our free redraft family leagues and fantasy football. Welcome back to Fantasy Football's Anonymous, where we used to be able to guarantee you're going to say hooked fantasy. Now, I don't know if we're even hooked, but yes, welcome back. We've missed you guys the last few weeks. Yeah, life got crazy. Fantasy was crazy. And yeah, we're back.
Yeah, all it took to get us back was a Jamar Chase suspension.
Oh my goodness, brutal.
That really got me hype, and here we are.
Jamar Chase. And he denied it too. That's the thing where I'm like, dude, you're on video. Like, we're
Yep.
talking, there's like 14 cameras that cost 50 grand each in HD that said, nah, you lying.
Yep.
That's tough. That's tough.
It's
But
like, it
hey,
reminds me of, there was the college coach. Who was it? What team? Was it Lane Kiffin, or there was someone that was on a sideline? No, it was Georgia. Who's Georgia's coach?
Kirby
Kirby.
Smart.
Yeah. Wasn't he the one that said something about, like, there was like at the end of a game, he tried to say he called a timeout or something, and there was the video clip clear as day that he didn't, but he was telling everyone, just like Jamar Chase said, he was like, I did.
I don't remember that one. My favorite is still Tom Brady being like, "It's fourth down, right? It's fourth down." That one.
That
That one's also like, yeah, you're gonna convince the entire world. You're gonna gaslight the entire world that it's not. It's not fifth down. Yeah, that's wild. Okay, so it's been a few weeks. How are we doing with your fantasy teams? I will say, in the hospital, you were still updating your teams in the leagues we were in. You were still making moves. Some of them were Sunday day of, but you were still,
yeah.
prioritizing the right thing.
Yeah, I will say the thing I'm looking most forward to, I think, at the end of this season is something that you mentioned a few episodes ago, where you said at the end of the year we need to decide which leagues for me to get rid of.
Mm,
Because I will say, now that I have a kid, and I know you can relate with having three, I'm just so exhausted, like with work and just everything, and I'm like, this is way too many leagues. Like, I at this point I've had to just check out of half of them.
yeah,
And that sinks, because then the people that are in them, like, I don't want to be one of those guys that's like not involved. So I've
yeah.
been checking all of them, like, but some of them are literally, yeah, Sunday morning, that's all I'm doing, and that makes it tough for waiver wires and stuff like that. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And yeah, my teams
Also,
are doing okay.
what are
What'd you
your
say?
records? What are your records in your 14 teams, in your 14 leagues?
So my best league I'm in is 9-2, and then I've got a lot of leagues that I'm like 7-4, 6-5, 5-6.
Do you have any? Do you have any 0 and 11 teams?
No 0-11 teams. My worst team is 4-7.
Is that a
Uh,
rebuild, or were you trying to make playoffs?
That was a free league. I was an orphan team, and it was the worst team in the league. Like, I took over the worst team in the league,
Gotcha.
and I don't know why I joined it. It was pointless because I don't need another league. So that's probably going to be the first league that goes
Okay.
easily. But although I do have some like fun picks. Like, the team was bad, but I had a ton of draft picks, and I've got like a Mecca. Obviously, you like him. I've got R.J. Harvey, Marvin Harrison.
Let's stop on R.J. Harvey. All right, we got a couple of rookie running backs who've had some injuries ahead of them the last couple of weeks. Travion Henderson, R.J. Harvey. How do you feel about them the rest of the season? Which one?
So Ramon,
I know that Henderson has absolutely killed it the last 2 weeks. Which one would you rather have rest of season?
so Ramondre Stevenson comes back, I think, right now. I've got him in a league, and I
Yes.
saw that he had to I had to move him off my IR, so that's when I know someone's back. And so I feel like Travion has the lead role. Like, there's no way they give that to Ramondre, but he might be
No
sharing now.
way. No way.
I mean, you make a point. It's kind of like Sean Tucker. He goes off for the Bucks, but if Bucky Irving's back, they're probably going back to Bucky Irving. So,
I
I
would be
mean, you make a
surprised if
valid
they didn't.
yeah, you make a valid point, but I do think Travion's done enough to warrant at least splitting carries. RJ Harvey is interesting because Dobbins is not out for the rest of the year, right? Wasn't there a rumor that he might be, but
No,
now he's not?
that would be news to me. I thought he was out for the season.
Okay, I'm gonna double check that because
You keep talking. I'm gonna Google it.
okay. So my thing is If he is out for the rest of the year, which there was speculation that he was going to, then I thought he wasn't, but maybe he is. RJ is someone that I took in a million fantasy leagues and I was super excited about. I also have a lot of Travion Henderson, so I like them both.
Mhm.
If I'm choosing one, the one that feels like the most sure thing right now is Travion Henderson. That feels like, just from the stuff that we've seen, feels the most reliable. But I don't know, with Dobbins being out, and I mean, Harvey's not really splitting carries with anyone of any, like, I mean, there's what, Batty, however you say his last name. Like, there's a few
Yeah,
guys on that team. Is McLaughlin? No, no. Uh, I don't remember who all is in the backfield there if
there's
Dobbins is out.
no one really of consequence left.
Yeah, so I would say Harvey long term is probably will end up, if we're going points from now to the end of the year, Harvey probably
But
has a better chance to score more. McLaughlin and Batty, is that who it is?
yeah, McLaughlin got 6 carries. Batty got 1 catch for 0 yards. So
Yeah.
McLaughlin did
So
vulch a touchdown from Harvey.
yeah, and so Harvey didn't do
I
that well in fantasy last week though.
No, he didn't. He's going up against the Chiefs.
Yeah. You see his pass. Did you see
Mm-mm.
that game
What
at
do you
all
do?
where he threw a pass? He threw
No,
Knicks.
oh, I did see that. It should have been picked. Bo Nix had to play cornerback, right?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they mentioned, I didn't even know it, but Harvey played quarterback, I guess, in
I
college for a
I
little
did
bit.
I didn't know it was college. Okay, I didn't. I was at a church event, so I could hear it on. But okay. Yeah, I
I'm
would
gonna
say both of them. I couldn't tell you this week. I don't feel ultra confident in either of them. Henderson, I think everybody knew that he has a ton of talent and he just needed opportunity. And that offense is explosive. Drake May is incredible, and he's getting the goal line work. Like, I mean, nobody watches that and says, "Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson is the better player. We need to make sure he gets much carries."
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if I trust Vrabel to be like, "Yeah, let's keep giving Henderson 80% of the snaps," or is he going to
I
go back
mean,
to 50% and Ramon Stevenson getting the goal line work? And yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's possible. So my thinking is, and we just lost you to the darkness. Your robot vacuum is taken over. Mike Vrabel loved Derrick Henry. I mean, obviously, like, Travion Henderson's different, but I feel like if he believed in Travion, he's going to make sure his offensive coordinator, Josh
why
McDaniel.
hasn't Henderson Trevion has clearly shown even before this last 2 weeks that he was the better per carry player. Why was he not getting the snaps? It's been
Mike,
frustrating. It just reminds
it,
me Vrabel reminds me of the old days Patriot running backs where it didn't matter what
yep,
running backs play good. Bill Belichick's gonna be like, I'm gonna pull some off the practice squad and give him 15 carries this week just to mess with fantasy football owners. Like that.
yep.
That's what makes me
Well,
nervous.
I do agree with that. And like, even when he was the coach for the Titans, there was times where players would have good weeks. Like, I remember Will Levis had like a 4 touchdown game, like looked like the next big deal. And I remember after that game, everyone gave Mike Vrabel a hard time because he didn't even like it. From what we could see, it didn't even look like he cared about it. Like, he was just kind of like, it was just another game, you know? And everyone's like, what the heck? Like, Will Levis just had an incredible game. And so I feel like he's not going to show a lot of that. And especially for rookies, like, he wants to give them a time to like earn their place. And so
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be ignorant and just say, nope, let's put Ramondre in. Like, Travion has played well
Okay.
enough to warrant that. But
Well, there were a couple leagues I drafted him in where I basically had just I wanted to drop him almost in redraft leagues.
I did. I feel like we're in a league where I dropped him. Was it
Mm,
our holiday league or our family league?
maybe.
I'm gonna pull that up, but I'm my team in there. I don't know what happened because I felt pretty confident in that team this year. I think I had a lot of injuries that, like, Jaden Daniels messed me up, and Sam Laporta now, and
If I remember, you
others.
missed the first round of that draft.
That's right. I did miss the first round. I need to look up. I'm gonna look up Henderson and see because I'm pretty sure I had him. Let's see. I don't know how to look at
Yep,
history on
you
the.
you drafted him and then you dropped him in October 26th.
Yeah,
That's rough.
and that was because I needed room on my bench to pick up people. That is one thing. Maybe we need to talk about this. So, in all my leagues that I'm in with you as the commissioner, you are the most stingy or strict when it comes to the IR. So, a lot of my leagues that I'm in, IR, they're pretty flexible where they allow people that are out or
Oh,
doubtful or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
suspended. You are one that's a stickler of, like, they're either on the IR or they're not.
Yeah,
Like, if it's not listed as IR, you can't put them there. And so in those types of leagues, I have to physically drop players because it's like, well, I've got 3 people on the IR and I've only got 2 slots, or
yeah.
I've got 4 slots, but 2 of them are out, but they're not IR. So now I have to drop someone else. And that's why I had to drop Travion because, like, right now, which actually I need to just drop some of these players that are not coming back this year since that's a redraft league anyway. Travis Hunter, he's not coming back this year, I don't think. Sam Laporta is, right? But anyway, what are your thoughts on IR and why are you so stingy with it?
Oh man, I wouldn't have. I never have heard that I'm stingy. So I'm only in one league where you can put players who are not on IR on IR. So I mean, in our dynasty league, suggest that at our next little rules to be added little thing, and we can definitely consider adding that if everyone wants to. So yeah, that's not something that's like been a normal standard thing. You're in 14 dynasty leagues. I'm in two, so
Yep.
you're definitely going to have more. That's not a normal redraft league thing, is it?
I don't know. I feel like the majority of my ESPN league that I'm in, that's a redraft league.
And you
Actually I'm
can
in
do that.
yeah, and I can do that. So I just thought it was like a thing that you are just like, nope.
No, definitely
And I'm just
not trying to be stingy. Honestly, I forget to add IR. Literally, we have our draft and we're a couple weeks in. I'm like, oh, I want to put this player on IR. Oh, I never added IR. Sometimes I don't even add it until a weekend just because I don't even think about it. So, yeah,
That's amazing. Yeah,
yeah.
so like some leagues allow suspensions. So like Jamar Chase is on one of my IRs, which
I
is
think I think suspension should definitely be if it's like a multi-game suspension, definitely should be able to put them on IR. So
mhm. Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
I will. I am. I don't know why I'm stingy. It just doesn't. It wasn't something I was used to. So I'm
Yep.
down to add it. Down to add. I'm. You know what? Right now in our fantasy league, in our family league, I'm adding it right now.
There we go.
Live on air. You complained and you got it.
Hey, that's what we love to see. That's why you're the best commissioner. Yeah,
It
as soon
says
as you do
allow
that,
suspended players on IR. Just so you know.
does it what about out players? Because like Jaden
That's.
Daniels,
I'm adding that.
yeah, that's gonna be amazing because now
Doubtful
I don't have to
players,
keep
holdout players, NA players. Anyone can go on IR. There you go.
there we go.
And ready for this? There are now 10 IR spots
Oh my
on the
gosh.
family. I am the most generous IR
If
person.
there we go. Yeah, so in one episode he goes from being the most stingy to most generous.
That's my IR slot in the family league now. We got some openings.
If only I had asked for this a few weeks ago, I wouldn't have had to drop Travion. But I like injuries just kept coming, and I was like, I have no spots on my bench, and I don't have a running back, so I had to drop him to get someone. I think I don't remember who I picked up. Oh, I think it was Monangi.
My team in our family league is extremely good. If I had one more wide receiver, which I tried really hard to trade for one of your wide receivers in the family league, but you never checked that league, so
Yeah,
you
we could
didn't.
we could make a trade right here, right now.
Let's pass the trade deadline. That's one of those. This is one of those redraft leagues where the deadline ended last week. I know.
Wow,
I know.
man, had I known that.
Did you see the offers I had sent you? I
It
sent you
says it
like,
says there's two trades still, active trades.
can you see them? I offered you George Kittle, DeAndre Swift, Pinshawn Judkins, Jackson Dart, Cortland Sutton, and Keenan Allen for Puka Nacua, and then a very similar trade for Lad McConkey, a little bit less.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. I can see 'em. The nobody wants Trey Benson or DeAndre Swift, but
DeAndre Swift is like having an RB2 season. He's the RB16. Just throwing that out there, and that's including missing a couple games.
with I was gonna
So
say he's missed a few.
yeah. So I wouldn't say nobody
But
wants him.
yeah, that's true. But Trey Benson,
Okay, I mean
that
not
was
Trey
just a
Benson. He's
yeah.
gonna be starting for me in a week or so in this league probably because or in another league.
So it's letting me accept the trade right now. What happens?
Oh my goodness, click it. Let's see what happens.
Interesting. It's like I'm clicking the button, but nothing's happening.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. I love a good on-air live trade.
Would you have accepted that trade if you had seen it? It's Puka, so probably not. There's probably nothing I could have offered you.
Yeah, but my team is so bad that maybe
That's what
you
I'm saying.
know.
I was like, this would have been your new quarterback, tight end, RB1, RB2. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Who are you trading for if there's a player like next year? So looking ahead, let's say you're trying to build for the future. Who are you trying to get right now?
I mean, Malik
And
Neighbors in Dynasty. In any league I'm in, I've made offers for him. I bought low on Jaden Daniels in a couple of leagues just because I actually think watching him this year that I think we talked about it. Like I thought he looks like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL with he didn't have Terry McLaurin. Debo Samuels was hurt. He's throwing a 49-year-old Zach Ertz like with a bad offensive, like not a great offensive line. Like I know the injury concern is a concern, but none of these injuries are overly like zapping long-term athleticism and potential. So I think he's still going to be the dynasty QB1 at some point in the next 3 years. Josh
mhm.
Allen and Lamar Jackson are kind of tough to unseat, but at some point I think he'll move into number one.
Josh Allen, 6 touchdowns last week.
Yeah.
Just insanity.
Yeah. Other people I'm targeting for next season. So am I a rebuild? So I'm a rebuilder. I'm saying I'm trading away an old guy. Michael Pittman. I feel like Michael Pittman is just grossly underrated. And I think they're going to keep Daniel Jones, and I would say go get him. If
That's a good
if
one.
you're if anybody is yeah, let me think who else. Kyler Murray.
Where's he going to play? You think he's going to be in Arizona or somewhere else?
I don't know if he's going to be in Arizona, but I mean, he was a top 3 points per game quarterback for his first 4 years in the NFL, which, like, that should be dynasty QB, like, 2 or 3. Like, he was very much elite. He missed some games in those first few years, but on a per game basis, I think he finished as a top 3 quarterback points per game in each of his first 4 years, which is
Hmm.
incredible. Now, last couple of years, new offense coordinator, Gannon wants to run the ball. It has not been a great fit, but I still see major potential there. So I would say Kyler Murray's one, if you can get him. I think I got him from you in a league after he got hurt.
Was that in the trade for Joe Burrow?
Yeah.
That's the trade we did here. Yep.
Yep. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like
Let me
it.
think. Is there anyone else?
So Kyler Murray, Michael Pittman, Malik Neighbors. Give us a running back. 'Cause you've done two receivers, quarterback.
Tyler Algier.
Okay.
I think Tyler Algier is one of the 20 most talented running backs in the NFL. And I think he'll be close to starter snaps somewhere. As a rookie, don't forget, he ran for 1,000 yards as a rookie, 5 yards per carry, and then they drafted Bijan Robinson. And so, I mean, I think he leaves Atlanta next year, and I think you can pick him up for nothing. He scored some touchdowns the last few weeks, so maybe not nothing anymore. But I think he could have an RB2 season possibly next year. He could go somewhere like, I mean, what if he goes to Chicago? What if he goes to Kansas City? There are some teams that need running backs, and I think he's a talented running back. So,
I like it.
yeah.
Okay. Those are some all great names. So Michael Pittman, Kyler Murray, Tyler Algier, and Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors is one that I think wasn't a surprise, but Tyler Algier and Michael Pittman, those are great tips. And I've got Tyler Algier in quite a few leagues, but I didn't even think to go buy him in the other leagues, and that's a good idea. Might need to do that. What do you think
If you're
about?
in
No, go ahead.
a league where like you have like really really deep depth, like things where like people don't value players as much, when you have 40 bench spots or 25 bench spots and like really really deep bench, you pretty much kind of forget half those players. Sometimes you can go pick up, as long as he's not a handcuff on the team, you can pick him up for just a couple random players.
Yep.
And then Michael Pittman's going to be a borderline wide receiver one this year, and nobody is like, oh wow, go get Michael Pittman. He is a stud. You know,
Hmm.
there's one of those things where like he's not flashy. He's wide receiver 11. He's 28 years old. Daniel Jones is going to come back. I think he's like locked into our wide receiver two value next year, and I think you can probably get him for a second round pick in some leagues. So yeah, what were you going to ask though?
I was gonna say, what are your thoughts on like some of these backups, like Bashal Tutin or like Tank Bixby or Kyle Monangi, like some of these other guys that are backups?
So Tootin, I think his profile coming out of Virginia Tech was really good, really fast, blew up the combine. I think if you watched him, I saw some stats about him where it was like he had the most yards after contact per carry. So I think he's a talented player. You buy the talent. I think he's a talented player. I think with Chicago, I think they're going to add more talent. They still have Caleb Williams on a rookie contract. They're going to be aggressive this offseason again while they have this window. So does that mean that they're going to bring in a running back, draft another running back? I don't see them running with Kyle as their main guy. Um,
So he's not
so
someone really to target in fantasy.
I don't. I wouldn't say that I see him as he's a bit of a downhill thumper type guy, and those aren't normally guys who like. He's more the David Montgomery possibly than a Jameer Gibbs type guy.
Hmm.
Who was the third one you asked about?
Tank Bigsby.
That's in Philadelphia, right?
Hmm.
He's the
Yep.
backup there. Is he going to be there next year? So I mean, like any league that he was available, I could pick him up for nothing just because if Saquon gets hurt, he's got a lot of value. But I don't know if I would count on him next year. Yeah. Same with like Brian Robinson. Like he is an A tier handcuff. If Christian McCaffrey goes down, he becomes an RB1. Probably the
Hmm.
same for Bigsby. But I don't know if either of them are on those teams next year.
All
If
right.
you can get, if you're making other trades, those are the kind of players you see if you can get thrown in. But I don't know if I would target them.
I like it. All right. If you are redrafting, so we're we're going back now that we're how many weeks into the season are we? We
This is week
are
12 coming up.
okay, so we're at week 12. So now that we have 11 weeks of data, if you were to go back and do a fantasy draft now, and you're going to draft a rookie draft, who are you taking? Like, is it still Genty number one? Because like I feel like the consensus at the beginning of the year was
Yeah,
Genty was number one. Where do you
yeah.
feel like the rankings are now? I mean, Tet's been having a great year.
hmm
Emeka's been having a great year. Travion's looking good. Like, there's a lot of good rookies, and I don't think Genty's in that. At least for me, at least what we've seen so far. 11 weeks of.
Yeah, it's so hard to know when are we are idiots. We don't know what we're talking about, and it's just so the entire fantasy community thought Genty was the next great thing. Doesn't mean anything. We can all be wrong. You know what I mean? Like people are wrong. I think we've seen somewhere where like, wow, he looks talented, but that team is so bad. So I'm definitely not out on Genty. He kind of feels like maybe he has a Jonathan Taylor career, where Jonathan Taylor has some bad years and then some RB1 years and then some bad years and then some RB1 years because you know it's so much of it's your team.
Hmm.
Uh, so who do I go 101? I mean, I know Marion Hampton is hurt and he's missed a lot of this year. I would definitely target him if you're talking about people to target for next year. Like next year they get Joe Alt back, Rashawn Slater back. You know,
Hmm.
he looked incredible in a couple of his weeks. So that's a similarly talented player to Genty in a much much better situation.
Hmm.
I think Tet is like Drake London right now. Like I would say he is a. I feel like I'm watching Drake London. He's the best, obviously the best pass catcher on a not great passing team. He's a big body. He's an X wide receiver, which there's not a ton of them in the NFL. I don't feel like at this point. You know, Nico Collins and Drake London and Tet, like those big 6'4" guys on the outside. So many of the wide receivers play in slot. Like even Justin Jefferson plays in slot. Like he's not a slot receiver, but like everyone just moves their guys inside. So Bryce Young is looking better. So I would put those three are probably the top three. I don't know where I'm at on Jackson Dart. Like he's scoring fantasy points with his legs and it looks kind of like Cam Scatabo out there the way he's running.
Yep.
But yeah, how about you? How would you value them?
Yeah, it's interesting because if I'm just going off of like true numbers, how they performed this year, I feel like Jackson Dart could be the 101. Like, I think he could make a case for it. I think Hampton, had he not gotten injured, could definitely make a case for it. Mecca's the same story. Like, I feel like he could make a case for it, but then he's been injured. So I think if I'm going off of everything,
I
Tyler Warren also has been a
I was
stud.
about to say Tyler Warren is like he's like a top three dynasty tight end at this point. Like there's
Yep.
Brock and Trey are the only
Trey
two
McBride.
above him. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't even know if they're that much above them even.
Yep.
So he
Yeah. Oh, it's really tough. But if I'm going, let's say I have the 101 right now and I have to decide I can't trade it, I'm going,
it almost
man, that,
honestly with there's so many good players. It almost depends on your team. You can almost pick what does your team need. Like, do I need a wide receiver one? Do I need a quarterback one? Do I need a tight end one? Do I need a running back one? Like,
yep, it's true. And running back
it's nice
shelf
to have.
life
Yeah,
isn't as long. What were you going to say? It's nice having what?
it's nice to have that problem and to have a lot of draft picks and to be like, which great fantasy rookie do I want?
Yeah. Which, so in one of our leagues, is it our dynasty league? I think you and I both have a ton of first round picks. And
You have a
I
bunch
mean,
this year. You have three first this year. I have six the next year. So
crazy.
I only have one this year.
So, like, if we have as good of a class as we just did, I mean, it's going to be incredible. And it's so hard to know because everyone is saying the 2027 class is the class, you know?
Which means
But
2026 is going to be better than it.
I was going to say, you just never know. And it's like taking,
Yeah.
dart throws.
Would you? Here's my question: in our dynasty league, you traded a lot to get Cam Ward. Pretend the trade still goes through. We go back in time. You have the number 4 overall pick or number 3. Do you pick Cam Ward or do you pick Tet, Tyler Warren, Henderson, or Dart?
Any of them besides Cam Ward.
You would. Which one would you pick? In that league, you probably pick Tyler Warren just because you need tight ends.
Yeah. It's tough because I don't want to be out on Cam Ward, but like the Titans are 1-9. Cam's made some bad throws, but he's also made some good throws. He has no weapons.
Dude, talk about no weapons.
Did you see who he
Name
had?
Yeah, what was that guy's name?
Mason Kinsey.
No, name all the wide receivers you guys started this week.
So Van Jefferson.
Oh my gosh.
So okay, so we had Alec Ayumanor,
Yes.
and he got hurt. Shamir DK got hurt. Those
That's
were
how you
our
pronounce
two.
his name? How do you pronounce his name?
Shamir DK,
Okay.
and he's from Florida. But so the two of them were basically our starters because Calvin played a play, got hurt, and is out for
Yeah.
the season. He had one catch, the first like play of the game, injured, out for the season, and he literally just came back from missing a few weeks. So now we've got Alec and DK. They both get banged up. So here's our receivers that Cam has to finish the game. He has Van Jefferson, who has bounced around the league. He is from Nashville, so that's kind of cool. He's a Nashville guy. But I think before us, he was in the Rams. So
Mhm.
we got Van Jefferson. Then we've got Gunnar Helm, a rookie tight end from Texas.
Mhm.
We've got Chig Okonkwo, who we've had for quite a few years, tight end. Then we've got Mason Kinsey, who we called up from our practice squad. And did we have anyone else? No, James Proche, we just called up from our practice squad for this next game, but I don't think he was there last
Oh
week.
my
So
gosh.
it was basically two receivers. And yeah, because we started the game with those receivers plus DK, Alec, and Calvin, and those three got hurt. So yeah, we were down to tight ends, and yeah, it was not great.
Brutal.
So I don't know what to think of Cam. What do you think? Like, because you're an outsider perspective, I'm seeing it as the
The,
future is bleak.
I mean, it is really, really hard to be young and competitive and to go check down punt all game long. If he makes the right football read, you guys are going to score 10 points per game. Like that's not on him. And he'll look like a game manager and he'll look like, just cuz nobody's open. Like nobody's open and you
Did
guys
you
like
watch any of that?
they're just the highlights.
Which
So
there's not many.
there's not a lot. So that's where I go. Like I saw, like honestly, the highlights. I saw some screens. It was like some screen passes. That was about the only thing. So that's where you can ruin a quarterback because if they play in those type of situations too long. Next year, if you guys sign a wide receiver 2, draft a wide receiver 1, you can. I mean, you got to flood that position. Maybe even the same with tight end. You can. I haven't seen anything where I don't say he has a ton of talent. He can make reads and he's got enough with his legs to keep plays alive. So I definitely not out, but you could be a year away from him being ruined as a quarterback just because he's running for his life and they're throwing to nobody over and over and over again.
Yeah. So what do
You
you
create bad habits when that happens.
so like what do you do if you're Cam Ward's dad, or Cam Ward? Because like let's just think about it. If I was our kid and he's playing
Mhm.
for a team and they're about to ruin his career, this is something he's worked his whole life for, and they're about
Yeah,
to ruin his career. Like, what do you do? Because it's a business. Like, there's just so many sides of it. But like
yeah,
even Marcus, I feel like his career was ruined. Now
yeah,
he's kind of had a resurgence, but he's a backup.
yeah. I mean, that's the second greatest job in the entire, maybe the greatest job in the entire world is a backup quarterback in the NFL. So like
Yeah.
that's still a great gig. If I am Cam Ward's dad, first off, he can still learn a ton every single week. Just the mental reps of watching defenses, reading defenses, seeing things. Because, like, you can watch on film, but being able to go up there and just read tendencies and know who's blitzing, who's not, practicing getting your protection set. Like, if all year he just becomes elite at getting his protection set and knowing when to check to a run and when not to, that's like worth it. The
Hmm.
problem is you got to be like, don't try to win every game. Your goal really isn't to win. We're going to be honest. Like, you're 1-9, you're not making the playoffs. Don't try to win every game. Just try to make the best play you can. You know what I mean? Which
Hmm.
sometimes is a check down and a punt, and that's okay. Don't get hurt. Don't force into coverage. Don't create bad habits. And so you can definitely still, it can definitely still be a huge success for the season without winning any games or even completing a lot of passes.
Do you think, and I don't want to take our whole segment talking about Cam Ward and the Titans, but do you think next offseason, so Will Levis had a surgery this year. I'm assuming, I would assume they're going to compete in the offseason, but do you think that Will Levis has a chance to dethrone Cam Ward?
I can't imagine that's a real competition. Like that would be very surprising. I guess you're gonna have a new coach, so I guess you could have a real competition. Whoever you hire as a coach has to be coming to that job because he wants to work with Cam Ward and he believes he has an offense that can make him successful. So I'd be surprised if there was any kind of competition. Will Levis is competing to keep getting paid his second round rookie contract for the full 4 years.
Yeah. Do you? you have any last question about the Titans? Then we'll move on from them. But do you have any thoughts now, as it's been a few more weeks since our coach was fired, on who you think can help Cam Ward? Like, if we're thinking just Cam Ward, who can help him, be ruined?
Mm, I don't have anyone that I'm looking at going like that's who I would want to take over. Like for example, like Todd Bowles. I'm not the biggest fan of Todd Bowles. I think he's a good coach, but he's not. Nothing. No one's coming to mind right now. I'd have to pull up a list of
The future
possible
is
NFL coaching candidates.
the future is so bleak, Andrew. I
I'm
was
so
already
sorry.
discouraged, and you're making it worse because you're basically like there is no there's no help.
I need to look up. I need someone to jog my memory.
So the random names that people are saying, I'll just throw some out. Lane Kiffin has been coming up this week as a rumor. Sarkisian, or how you say his name, Texas head
So
coach.
yeah,
He's another rumor. So some college guys, another college guy, Oregon head coach. What's his name? Gosh, I can't remember his name. But those are three college guys I've heard. Then you've got John Gruden. I've heard you've got Cliff Kingsbury.
Cliff
Matt.
Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury.
You've got
I
Matt
don't hate that one.
Lafleur. Matt Lafleur. There's been rumors that if the Packers keep doing the way that if they keep going the way they're going, there's a chance the Packers fire him. That would be kind of cool to bring Matt Lafleur here.
Oh yeah,
There's a few other names. Who was just fired? Oh yeah, Brian Dable. That's another one.
Brian. I like Brian Dable. I think he is a good coach.
Same.
So I wouldn't hate that.
Yeah. I was bummed. I mean, you know me, I've been raving about the Giants all year. I
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, that just felt like the wrong move. Like it felt like they finally are starting to get pieces.
Yeah, it's
Um,
hard. It's $1 billion business. You got to win. You can come. Everyone has a million excuses, and then this is the problem. Everyone watches Mike Vrabel come and turn a terrible team into what are they now 8-2, and they're like, oh yeah,
nine
that's
and
just what I
two.
want. 9-2. Yeah, that's what I want. Or when D'Amico Ryans goes to the Texans, that's what I want. I want someone who finds a way to win, and so
Mm-hmm.
short patience.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
No, yeah, Zach Robinson, the Falcons offensive coordinator. Don't hate him either. He's a
Okay.
former Rams guy. Came over when Raheem Morris. So yeah, I think there's a few guys, but beyond a coach, I mean, coach can help culture. Coach can help play calling, talent. I mean, you guys trade away so like your best players who weren't even superstars. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
Jeffrey Simmons and Cam Ward. Do you have anyone else that you feel like is a building block on your team, your entire team?
I mean, we've got some young rookies that I like. Cedric Gray, our linebacker, has been solid. I like DK as a returner. I feel like he's been a decent receiver, but I don't know if we're talking building block or cornerstone. This is now me
You
probably.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little projecting there. I mean, you're gonna have to have some excellent drafts and some. You guys have a ton of salary cap, so that's nice. But you're gonna have to spend and hit on a few players.
Yep. Yep.
Oh
It's
man.
rough.
Speaking of teams, you watch the Bucks game? You watch the Bucks at all?
It was during the Titans game, but I did pull it up on YouTube TV to watch the ending because that was insane against the Bills. And I mean, y'all's from when I started watching, the score was just going back and forth. I thought y'all were gonna win, and next thing I know, the Bills pull away.
Yeah. Which
Yeah, what are
uh,
your thoughts?
we're still super banged up, but it was the last 2 weeks. The Bills and Patriots losses were disappointing. Kind of, I didn't feel like we're the same tier as we were. Like I felt
Yeah,
like we were like I feel like we're gonna make the playoffs, and if we're healthy, anything can happen. But
you
I
kind of felt
think
unbeatable.
three not unbeatable, but 3 weeks ago I was like, if we are healthy, I think like we are even with any team in the NFC, and we can beat anyone to go. And after this last 3 weeks, I'm like, if we have Mike and Chris and Bucky, that's going to help our offense for sure. But that's not even the problem. Our pass rush is bad. I
I
wish
was
we
gonna
had
say
traded
y'all
for a
are
pass
scoring.
rusher.
It feels like y'all are scoring every time, so it definitely doesn't feel like the offense is the
We
issue.
need a we need another pass rusher. We really do. So we don't have anyone who just is going to beat a guy 1-on-1 over and over again. So tough.
Yeah.
All
Who's
right.
your
So
Super Bowl pick right now after 11 weeks? Just real fast.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Seriously, that's just the safe
Yeah.
pick, huh? Patrick Mahomes.
And yeah, I still think that they're going to be the hardest team to beat. How about you? Who's your team?
I kind of want to stick with it because this is what I said weeks ago. I said the Ravens, they were 1-5 at that point, I think. They were 1-5. I made
They're
the
five
hot
and
take
five now,
of,
right?
yep, I said they are going to win the division. I said they're not just going to make the playoffs, they're going to win their division. And I
Yeah.
still think I have them in the Super Bowl. I just think that obviously Lamar was banged up. I think they needed some time. They're getting him. They're going to start getting a groove, and people are going to be so scared to play them. I mean, if Lamar and Derek can be healthy and confident, like who wants to play that? Like you can't stop both of them. You might be able to stop one, but you can't stop both. And so I don't know. I still think them in the AFC, NFC. The Seahawks have been fun.
Mm,
They just lost to the Rams. I don't know like that they can win at all, but they're a fun team and a
yeah,
surprising team. That's not a team that I expected to do good.
yeah,
So
I
I don't
agree.
I don't know that I want to say Seahawks Ravens. That doesn't I don't know that that's going to happen, but I don't know what NFC team. Bears have been fun too. I could still
I,
see it being the Packers too. I could see them getting it together, but I don't know.
I think the Rams from the NFC,
They're
like
looking good.
Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford. That's like you can't double both of them. Like I mean, I guess you could, but then you got a bunch of other people just running with one on one. So that's tough. That's a
Yep.
tough team. Like you can argue, like Puka and Devontae Adams, like those are elite wide receivers, two of them.
Yep.
I like the mention of the Seahawks. I think their acquisition of Rashid Shaheed at the deadline is give it a few more weeks, but like his ability to stretch the field with JSN just cooking everybody on his routes and Cooper Cup, like AJ Barner, Kenneth
He's
Walker,
been
that
good. Yep. They've got Charbonnet. Like they've got multiple people at multiple positions. So
they really do.
and Sam Darnold has looked great. So
Yeah. I okay, hot take. I don't know if this is a prediction, but Aaron Donald comes out of retirement for a playoff run
with the Rams.
with the Rams.
What would be a crazier hot take? Because he can't join another team, right? Because he retired with the Rams. Does that mean he has to come back with them?
Yeah, I don't think they can get traded or released. I don't. I think he would have to, but
Yeah,
yeah,
because that would be an even crazier hot take if he came back, but with a different team.
because if you remember, Eric Weddle came out of retirement after a couple years of retirement on their playoff run.
Yep,
I could see because like this team is good, it's fun. I'm sure Aaron's feeling physically great. I'm sure he still could walk on the field and be the best player on the field. Like he's still probably only 30, so like
yep.
yeah,
That's a
I
good
would
hot
love
take.
to watch him too. Honestly, if he came back, I would watch that game regardless of who they're playing or when, just because like maybe the best football player of all time. Like he's like that good. Get a
Yep,
chance to watch him again.
yep. That'd be fun. Be crazy.
All right, let's make some predictions for this week and for our teams. So I did want to say my fantasy teams this year, I'm cooking. So I am 11-0 in two teams, 8-3 on two teams, and 6-5. The dumpster fire team that was 1-5 or 1-4. I've now gone on a bit of a run, made some moves, and I'm projected, which means nothing, to score the most points in the fantasy league this
Wow,
week now with the team. So I think I think I'm going to make the playoffs in all five, and I think I'll be the favorite to win in four of them. So
insane. Well, that's why we're doing this podcast because you are the fantasy guru.
guru, that's right, undefeated.
Speaking the truth. Remember that the fantasy truth.
Oh my goodness.
Yep,
Yes, I remember. Yes, I remember.
man.
All right, let's make some predictions. Who we got this week in football? Who we got tomorrow night? That's Bills and Houston.
Yep. So I went ahead. I like making the picks before we talk, and that way I kind of I'm locked
By
in.
the way, how
And
have you done the last 3 weeks with no help from me? What
oh,
position did you finish the last few weeks?
all right. So let's see here. Weekly results. Last week I was first out of 27. Now the crazy thing was, at one point Sunday during all the noon games, I was correct on all of like it was all green, and I was like, let's go. And then last second, Atlanta loses to Carolina in overtime. That messed me up. I had it
Oh,
at Atlanta. I had Tampa beating the Bills, and for a while I felt good about that. That didn't happen. The Chargers losing to the Jags was crazy. I had the Chargers winning that, and they got destroyed 35-6. So that killed me. I chose the Titans against Houston, and that's a team that I never choose the Titans anymore. I'm like, we're the worst team in the league. Why would I choose them? I felt really good about that game, like we were going to win, and we actually had a chance. We lost 13-16. Cam Ward had an
yeah.
incredible throw to Okonkwo towards the end. So anyway, a lot of the games that I picked came down to the wire. So just want to say that, although it doesn't really matter when you're looking at a scoreboard. We were 21st. Week 10, 16th place, and week 9, 18th place. I think we may have made those picks together. But so not great. Now, as far as the season standings go, I feel like we are slowly climbing up, though. I feel like a lot of people have been coming down. We've been staying around that same spot. So we're now 18th. I don't remember where we were weeks ago.
I think we were 21st or something. Yeah, we're
So
creeping up there.
yeah, it takes time, but we'll get
Oh my
there.
goodness.
We still got time. So okay, so this week, Bills in Houston. I'm going Buffalo. I don't see how we choose the Texans against the Bills. Although the Dolphins did just beat them, like they're not unbeatable. Like teams can beat them. I think they've lost to multiple bad teams. They lost to the Dolphins. Who else did they lose to? I know they lost to the Patriots, I believe. Which earlier on we thought they might, when they lost to the Patriots. I think the Patriots were like 1-2 at that point.
Hmm.
But anyway, Bills, you feel good with that?
I think they lost to the Falcons was the other team. I think that the Bills should win, but that Texans defense makes everything crazy. So Bills should win though. I
All
think
right,
CJ
let's.
Stroud is still out too.
He is, but Davis Mills has been playing well. All right, next game, at least on this list that I've got, is the Jets against the Ravens, and that's in Baltimore. You know who I'm
Tyrod
choosing?
Taylor, Tyrod Taylor, right?
Yep, you're
Let's
all
get
in on
him.
Tyrod, just like you were all in on Justin. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, we're going Ravens. We both know that. All right, Bears, Pittsburgh. It's in Chicago. Aaron Rodgers is banged up, right?
Yep, I think Mason Rudolph's gonna play.
All right, that's an easy pick. Bears. Do you agree?
The Bears are a stressful team to watch and root for. They just
Yeah.
don't like to put teams away. They just want to make every game really stressful, and they want to make Caleb Williams run around. I saw
Yep.
some statistic, and it was like he is like one of the higher pressured quarterbacks and one of the lower sacked quarterbacks. So like he like is elite at like his little running around, which I still think he does too much. But yeah,
Yep. Okay. What about Patriots in Cincinnati?
Patriots.
Yeah. This week feels like it's easy. Like we're going through these and I'm like, this just feels obvious. But then I feel like that's when we
Well,
get it all wrong.
that's what happens as the season goes on. Teams separate into tiers, and you feel more confident. Earlier in the year, you believe in certain teams, and now
Yep.
we don't believe in them as much. So doesn't mean we're gonna be any more right this week. That's why we feel more confident.
Yep. So Giants are playing in Detroit. This also feels like an easy one. Giants. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Detroit. Okay, here's a tricky one. Minnesota in Green Bay. Neither one of those teams has pulled away like they should. It's in
JJ.
Green Bay.
Well, I was high on JJ during the draft. I might be out on JJ. I'm
Yeah.
trying to sell him. If you want him, let me know.
You're talking about when you say JJ, you're talking about Justin Jefferson?
No,
JJ
with
McCarthy. Okay.
the
I was
quarterback.
like, if
Yeah,
this is my
yeah.
chance to get Justin Jefferson, I'm all in.
I don't think I have him in. Do I have him? Yes, I have him in one league.
All right.
Yeah, I think I would know Josh Jacobs. Man, I don't see this being a high scoring game. I see
No.
this being like a. I feel like this is gonna be an unwatchable game. This is gonna be
Yep. Titans
like a
game.
9:30 London, like a Titans game. Oh man, I don't know. You pick this one.
I'm choosing Green
Flip a
Bay. It's
coin.
in Green Bay.
Okay.
Yeah. Colt. Okay. Here's possibly the game of the week. Colts in Kansas City. Which at the
I
beginning of the year,
think
I don't know that people would have said that, but
I think I think the Colts are embarrassed, like they were a couple weeks ago when they played another real team.
yeah. I'm choosing. I
So
have the Chiefs chosen. They are 5-5, I think, right now.
yeah,
Yeah, I chose them. I don't see how they lose at home, especially now that people are not talking about them. Like they're saying that the dynasty's over. I've heard that in a lot of different videos lately. So
that's crazy.
I think that's going to get Pat Mahomes fired up, and they're going to beat him.
Yeah.
Now, if Jonathan Taylor has another explosive game, I don't know how you stop that.
I mean, that's a great run defense, so I don't think he's going to have an explosive game.
Yeah, that's true. All right, moving
I
on
just want to
to.
clarify that this is who the Chiefs have lost to this year. You ready for this?
Mhm,
They lost to the Chargers. That's a pretty good team. The Eagles. That's a pretty good team.
Bills.
They lost to the Bills. That's a pretty good team. The Broncos. That's a 9-win team. And the Jaguars. Like you're talking, four of those teams are like four of the top four teams in the NFL.
Yep,
No, maybe three of those are the top.
and they love to lose to the Bills in the regular season and then beat them in the playoffs. So like no
Yeah,
one should be worried about or I guess what I should be saying is every other team should be worried about the Chiefs because even if they lose in the
yeah,
regular
I agree.
season, postseason's different. Yeah, Chiefs are going to win that one. So moving on to my game of the week, it's in Tennessee. It's the Seattle Seahawks, which is my wife's favorite team. Although she's slowly becoming more of a Titans fan. Seattle is playing in Tennessee. We're going to go to that game also. It's going to be Camden's first NFL game ever. So we're going. We got him
Wow.
some. Let me see if I can get it. Some of these like baby headphones.
Nice. Yep.
So he's gonna have these on his head, and he's gonna be wearing his Titans jersey, little
Let's
onesie.
go.
So I'm kind of scared to bring him out in public and that many people, but also it's the Titans. Lisa brought this up. She was like, "Are there really gonna be that many people?" And I was like, "You're right. There's not because no one cares." So we will be at that game.
Man.
And at the beginning of the year, I legitimately thought three of the worst teams in the league this year were gonna be the Titans, the Saints and the Seahawks. And the Seahawks have completely proved me wrong. So this is an easy win for them. I think they come in and destroy us. Also, although we've kept every game we've been in just about close. So I could see us making this a game where we might have a chance, but also I see us getting blown out. So yeah, Seahawks win that one. Jacksonville in Arizona. Speaking of Jacksonville, I mentioned to Lisa, this might be offensive to anyone that's listening that's a Jags fan, but in 2 weeks, the Jags come to Tennessee, and I have 3 seats to that game. So I'm trying to figure out who I want to take. And she was like, oh, maybe Matt would want to go. And so we were talking about maybe asking Matt and Crystal if they want to go. But she was like, is Matt a Jags fan? And I was like, I don't know anyone that's a Jags fan. But I'm like, okay, actually, I do know a few, but I just feel like that's a fan base that's not, you don't hear people talking about a lot. Anyway, Jacksonville in Arizona, I feel like the Jags win that game.
Okay. Yep. Sounds
Would
good.
you agree? So there's nothing that
Yeah.
you've disagreed with me on yet. I don't know if you're just,
I
we're
think I'm
too,
falling asleep is what's happening.
yeah,
I think I'm
yep.
starting to fall asleep. But yeah,
All right. Cleveland Browns in Las Vegas. This is a
Browns,
tough one. That's who I chose.
Browns. Shador Sanders. Actually, do I believe in Shador Sanders that much? I think that I was thinking their defense. Now I'm thinking Shador. Man, it's gonna be interesting. Shador Sanders 416 in his 16 throws to start off his NFL career.
Yep.
I might watch him in this game. I
Yeah.
might. Shador Sanders, right? Gotta watch it.
Oh yeah, I think that is a game that a lot of people are going to be watching, and it's an afternoon game, so that's nice. Most of us can watch that. I just got a notification that OKC just beat the Kings. OKC has only lost one game. They are just dominating
Yeah,
in the NBA.
and they haven't even had Jalen Williams.
Isn't that insane? Just
They're
insane.
and they're probably gonna have a lottery pick this year.
It's ridiculous. It's this what the 76ers hoped that they were going to be when they kept saying like trust the process.
No doubt. This isn't a process. This is Sam Presti being a little wizard. All
Yeah.
right, Eagles Cowboys. Who you got?
It's in Dallas. I could see them winning. It's a rival game. It's a division game. I'm choosing Philly because I feel like that's the safer pick. But I think this could be a game. Like if we're looking for an upset, I think that's an upset to choose.
I would say pick the Cowboys. I think they added Keenan Williams, who's like Quentin Williams. He's like he's an elite to go next to Kenny Clark.
He looks so
That's an
good.
elite interior. That's elite interior pressure. And then they couldn't stop the run. And they brought in the linebacker from Cincy, Wilson, big dude, stopped the run. Then they got healthy. They got Malik Hooker back at safety and Revel, the corner, who would have been a first round pick if he didn't tear his ACL his senior year. So you're like, that defense is going to go from a laughing stock to like really good. That offense is still. Cowboys go on a run.
I was about
Do
to
they make the
say,
playoffs?
you just sold me on
Do the
them. Yeah, I just
Cowboys?
switched my
Do the
pick.
cow? I like everyone hates on Cowboys all the time. I'm interested to see this defense. If this defense is a top 15 defense, I think they win a lot of games on the road. Let me see who they
So
play and see their schedule coming up. But
so they're 4-5-1, which
yeah,
puts them how many games back? So the Eagles are 8-2. If they beat the Eagles, they go to 5-5-1. So that's what, 3 games back plus the tie. Have they already played the Eagles once?
yeah, that was week one. They lost by like 3, I think, 4. All right, maybe not. They played the Eagles, then they played the Chiefs, then they play the Lions. That's gonna be tough. Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants. I mean, they'd have to win a lot of those games.
Well, let's see. What does the wild
Still
card
think
race look like?
I still think they beat the Eagles.
So right now they're 10th. They're considered on the bubble. And to jump into the final wild card spot, yeah, it's gonna be tough. I don't know, that's a good hot take to say that they make the playoffs because it's not looking bright for them, but they have a chance.
They're gonna go. I said go on a run. I'm gonna stand by go on a run. I don't know if that's make the playoffs, but
I like it. Much higher probability.
yes, I
All
think
right,
they're gonna
so
look like a really good team.
yeah, I would agree. All right, so we're gonna choose Dallas in Dallas against Philly. Pickens and CD look fun too. That's just a fun receiver core that I didn't expect. All right, let's go to the
Jake
next game. This
Ferguson.
is, yeah, Jake Ferguson solid.
Okay.
This next game is your division. It's Atlanta and New Orleans. That's another game where it
Kirk
reminds me of.
Cousins. Saints win. Saints win. Kirk Cousins is terrible.
I chose the Saints. Fun fact about that game: Tyler Shuck's going to start. You got Kirk Cousins starting. You got Drew Brees calling that game. He's like one of the play callers for that
Oh
game.
wow.
And so I forget what there was like some stat that it was talking about, but it was like, how cool would it be? Or it said like Saints fans, even though they're so bad, like they're going to be so ecstatic if they win the week that Drew Brees is calling and Tyler Shuck's starting, and it's a
Yeah.
division game. So yeah, I chose them. All right. Your team, Tampa in LA. Give me your reason on why y'all are going to beat them.
No, we're not. We're not going to beat him. We're not. We're not going to beat him. We don't double team receivers. That's like against Todd Bowles. Like whatever. Matthew Stafford destroys blitzes. He always has. So you got everything Todd Bowles is about is like just Sean McVay's like, oh yeah, please blitz Matthew Stafford. That's a great idea. Yeah, don't double cover Devontae Adams or Puka Nakua. Let your third round pick Jacoby Parrish rookie
Let
guard
him
Puka
perish.
Nakua 101 and let him perish against Puka Nakua in the slot. I mean, okay, you want a prediction? Puka Nakua and Devontae Adams combined for 300 yards receiving. There's my prediction. Like
Okay.
it's, I yeah, maybe that's pretty bold, but it's not gonna be
That's
good.
bold.
It's not gonna be good.
You're almost
Yeah.
making me want to choose the Bucks because I feel like anytime you're this passionate, the Bucks end up winning.
Oh
They
man.
find a way to win.
No. Here's the thing. We have good corners. We actually have good corners. But they're going to have to guard for forever because we have no pass rush. And you just can't guard Puka and Devontae Adams for forever. You know what I mean? Like, and one on
Especially when they
one, you have to be.
especially when they do like little screens
Sa-
or like
Sauce Gardner is going to have a hard time guarding either of those guys one on one. We don't have Sauce Gardner. So,
yeah.
yeah, that
Oh, that was fun.
and then on their defense is good, our offense is good. We might score 25 points, and doesn't matter. Puka Nakua and Devontae Adams each catch 3 touchdown passes. Listen, Josh Allen just ran for three and threw 3 touchdown passes against us, and he was having a hard time doing anything against the Dolphins. So who just traded away their pass rusher? Yeah, no,
That's hilarious. You just said Devontae and Puka are both going to get 3 touchdowns each.
six touchdowns for Matthew Stafford. That's the you can lock it in.
You can lock it. That's good.
You know
We
how
need
like
to, okay.
you talk about the Titans winning, and it's how I talk about the Bucks losing.
Yeah, we need to have a segment every week about you just ranting on the Bucks. That's incredible.
You know,
Okay. I can't wait to see what ends up happening and if you're right or completely wrong. Okay, so Carolina in San Francisco, last game of the week. What an interesting last game. Like it doesn't really sound entertaining, but also the Panthers are in the division race right now. Like they're
yeah,
only what, 2 games behind y'all, 3 games behind y'all?
they're half a game.
A half a game behind y'all. So that game becomes intriguing because I kind of thought like that game would kind of be pointless, but it's actually not. And the Niners are 7-4. They're not a bad team. Brock Purdy's back, Kittle's back. So yeah, who are you choosing?
I mean, I want the 49ers to win a lot, so I'm going to say the 49ers.
Yeah, because if y'all lose to the Rams and Carolina wins, that's interesting.
Yeah, we do play them twice. I think as long as we can beat them twice, we're going to win the division,
Hmm.
which I think we should be able to do.
Hmm. Okay. Well, we're going San Francisco. I've locked in the picks. This week, my bold take, my prediction is we will finish in first place for the week, for that week. Our picks
I
are
would
going to
say
be,
no because we just picked all the obvious ones, and
that's very
there's
true.
no way no one else didn't pick the same thing. So maybe we could tie for first. I can't imagine we're so low.
Yeah, we'll tie. That's my prediction. We'll tie for first. We'll get the same amount of points as
Okay,
everyone else around us, but we all got first. Is there any pick that we just made that was like an upset pick? Like, I guess the Cowboys on the Eagles, that's kind of an
Cowboys.
upset. So is that our upset of the week
Chiefs
then?
over the Colts? Is Chiefs over the Colts an upset?
I mean, that would be crazy to say that, but record wise, yeah. Yeah, I
I
guess
actually
that's
think the Chiefs versus Colts is not close. That's my prediction.
okay. I like it. All right. Hot takes for the week. Cowboys beat the Eagles. Chiefs Colts game is not close. Chiefs just demolished the Colts. And then you said the Rams, Matthew Stafford's going to score 6 touchdowns. Puka and Devontae are each going to get 3 touchdowns, 300
In
yards
the
together.
huddle, Puka and Devontae Adams are going to do rock, paper, scissors, and that's how they're going to pick who's going to score touchdowns against
Okay.
us.
Wow.
One thing in the
Well,
red
for
zone, yeah.
fantasy purposes, I hope Puka wins rock, paper, scissors more than Devontae. So that's what I need.
I have both of them, so
So you're good. You starting them both?
in different leagues, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Go get Bashal
If
Tootin.
anyone in our family is still listening to the podcast this far in, thank you so much.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Go
as
Ohio
always,
State. Go Oregon. I'm
Yes,
saying
thank
that
you.
for the people listening.
Okay, all right. Yes, go those colleges that I definitely watch. Thank you guys for listening and for like commenting, sharing, and as always, thank you. That's
Yes.
all I got.
As always,
And
we'll be
now I'm
back
going to
next week,
bed.
just like we've been the last few weeks. Yep.
Yeah, we will definitely not miss. We could never miss. We're too
Yep.
addicted to miss.
Yep.
All right, signing off.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Tighten up.
Tighten up.
Okay, so the next game was our biggest pick of the week. Basically, no one chose this game. Carolina versus Dallas. We called it. We said this is going to be a game that Carolina beats Dallas. They did, 30-27. What are your thoughts on that game? Did you get to watch it?
Rico Dowdle over and over and over and over again. Dallas offense scoring points. That was, I think Cowboys are going to be in shootouts all season. It's
It's
going to be
crazy.
a lot of the most fun games are going to be the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep. That's so true. Honestly, that's the game to make fun bets on, of like multiple touchdown scorers or catches or yards, because that's so
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so next up we have Jacksonville, Seattle. This was one of the games for me that I struggled with picking. I could not decide between the two. We chose Jacksonville, Seattle won. Seattle is another surprise of the season. I did not expect them to be this good. And my goodness,
Yeah.
Sam Darnold and the Seahawks look great. JSN, that trade that we made is not looking good. Kenneth Walker's not looking, did not have a good game. But outside of that, everyone else is looking great. All right. Miami, the Chargers. I can't believe Miami had a chance to win, but the Chargers won,
Chargers
29-27.
offensive line is a problem right now. Mekhi Becton out, Joe Alt out. It's not the same. It does not look like a Harbaugh coach team at all. They
Yeah,
are, yeah, unrecognizable.
for real. Okay, so we picked that one. We only missed this week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. So of the, how many games were there?
I don't know.
15. Okay, so we got, I guess that's not incredible, but we got 10 right out of 15. Um,
Okay.
so
10
we
and 5 is
chose
good.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, we chose Pittsburgh over Cleveland. We chose New England over New Orleans. That game was way closer than I thought it would be. New
I agree.
Orleans keeps putting up a fight. So that's
Hmm.
kind of another shocker for me. We chose Tennessee over the Raiders. That one I regret. We should have gone with the Raiders, but me getting up hope. And then we chose Tampa over San Francisco, which if you had made the pick, were you choosing Tampa?
Um, I might have gone San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
that one would have
such
been
a
a
Debbie Downer.
50-50. They beat us
You're
every
like, there's
year, so
no way
yeah,
my
I guess
team's
you could
this
say that.
good. Yeah. All right.
If
Green
you would
Bay
have
and
told me
since
that we had no Chris Godwin, no Mike Evans, no Jalen McMillan, and Emeka Buka would leave in the first half, I'd be like, oh yeah, 100% we lost that game. So,
but then if you also reminded yourself that the 49ers entire team is always injured and still currently is
it's
outside of
true.
Christian McCaffrey. But
It's true.
yeah.
It's true.
Um, okay. Next up was Green Bay and Cincinnati. I will say Joe Flacco put up some fight. Also, I picked him up in some fantasy leagues and he scored a decent amount of points this week.
Yep.
Not a bad pickup. But Green Bay won that
Again,
one.
terrible defense, and he's got some weapons, and he's a
E-
gunslinger. A
Exactly.
couple years ago for the Browns, he put up some fantasy relevant games towards the end of the season. So,
Incredible. And that was when Jerry Judy went off, right? That was I think that was Joe Flacco
yep.
throwing to him.
Amari
Uh,
Cooper, I think, had a
yep.
200-yard game or something.
Yep. All right. Kansas City and Detroit. This was a game that I was terrified for picking that week. I did not know who to choose. We chose Kansas City though. And not a lot of people did. Looking at this league that I'm in, almost everyone chose the Lions. So that one helped us this week.
Well,
And then we missed out on the last 2 games of the week. I chose the Bills over Atlanta. I chose the Commanders over the Bears, and we were wrong on both of those. But we finished the week out of like 46. Technically, there's 46 people in this league. We finished third, but technically tied for second because the second and third, us two, we both scored 20 points on the week. The person in first only got, I think, one more game right than us. So
wow.
it felt pretty good. The game they got right that we didn't was the Giants. I'm so mad. I'm like, man, we just chose the Giants. But yeah, that was a fun
All
week
right,
though.
that's awesome. So
Yeah.
now we know you are a elite game picker, and it's my turn to see why we finished in the 30s the first 5
Yes.
weeks of the season.
I'm excited.
All
Hey, who
right,
knows? You might go perfect.
that would be unlikely.
You never know.
We'll go Steelers on Amazon Prime Day, Thursday Night Football.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel good about that. I would have chosen the same. Which means
The,
it's making it
now
hard
this
for the
will
Ravens to win their division
it
because the
is
Steelers just keep
now
winning.
this Rams Jaguars game. I feel like is tricky. I would normally pick the Rams if they don't have Puka Nakua. It's in London. It's a weird game.
And Jacksonville is basically a London team. Like we
So
should actually let
I'm
me look that
leaning.
up.
They've played over there all the time.
I want to see
I
their
think they
record
might
in
have played over there
London.
the most.
Okay, their
I don't
record
think
is
it's good.
6-5. Uh, which stadium are they playing at though? Because they're undefeated at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Is that in London? Because
Yep,
that's
because
where
there's
the
two.
game is.
No, there's two stadiums in London though. There's the Tottenham Hotspur and there's the Wembley. So they're
I think I'm
undefeated
going to
at
go
Tottenham.
Jacksonville. I think I'm going to go Jacksonville because without Puka Nakua, Devontae Adams and Matthew Stafford have not been lights out on their connection. I think Liam Cohen comes up with enough gimmicky plays to get enough first downs, and I think Puka Nakua out. Rams only scored 17 points against an honestly not great Ravens defense. So yeah,
Okay,
what were you gonna
it's
say?
at Wembley. It's at Wembley Stadium. Uh, they're undefeated at Tottenham, but at Wembley they are 4-5. If that changes
It's
anything.
not changing.
Okay.
I'm not. Doesn't. I'm still going Jacksonville. Saints Bears. I am gonna go Bears in a close one. 25-23. I'm gonna say the Bears. The Saints keep it close.
Okay. So far, I'm glad
Dolphins
I'm not picking because I would have chosen opposite on you so far, outside of the Steelers game. Okay.
outside Steelers. All right. Well, there's a reason why we were in the 30s. I would think I got in your head on all your picks. Dolphins Browns. I feel like the Browns are gonna win eventually, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm picking the
I
Browns.
mean, Miami's not looking good. I think that's a week the Browns. That's a week that Miami should win, but I think you're right.
Miami might be a better team, but I think the Browns are going to be able to run the ball. And I think the Dolphins are going to struggle against the Browns defense. It's a good defense. It's still a good defense. So I'm going to pick the
Both
Cleveland Browns.
both teams are one and
They're
five, by
also,
the way. Both teams are
yeah.
1-5, and also I saw some people calling this the who gets fired first game because if the Dolphins lose to a 1-5 team, Mike McDaniel might get fired, and if the Browns start one and
Wow.
six, Kevin Stefanski has been a coach now for quite a few years for them and has not done well. And
Yeah.
I
Man,
people
he's
are
also
calling that
won Coach of the Year. He's also won Coach of the
he
Year a
did,
couple of times for
but
them.
Mike Vrabel
No,
won Coach of the Year, and then we
Stefanski,
fired him the
listen,
next year.
if Stefanski gets fired, that's who you should want for Cam Ward.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's who I want. I also want Mike
And
McDaniel.
and a
He's
new
been so fun to
and a new
watch.
GM. And yeah, and a new GM.
Yeah, and a new owner, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, okay. Yeah, we're gonna go Chiefs over the Raiders.
Yeah,
Rasheed Rice
that's
comes back, 100 yards receiving. That's my prediction.
okay. 100 yards receiving, Rasheed Rice. I like it.
Eagles Vikings. I don't know what to pick for this one. The battle of two offenses that have not looked great. I'm close.
It's in
It's
Minnesota.
50-50. It's in Minnesota. I don't know which quarterback starting. If JJ McCarthy is starting, I'm picking the Eagles 100%. And Carson Wentz is starting.
Do you have
If
more
Carson
confidence in
Wentz
Carson
starts,
Wentz?
oh yeah, 100%. I say it's a 50-50 game. Oh man.
Yeah, that's like the Chiefs and Lions for me last week, or the Jags and Seahawks. That one's tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, who you going?
How about this? What has everybody else in the league picked?
I can't see that.
Is it
It won't let you
50-50?
see, and doesn't let you see until after everything's locked in.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's go Eagles.
They've lost what, the last two? I want to say they're on a losing streak.
Yeah, they are on a losing streak. They've lost 2 in a row, and so Vikings are coming off a bye though.
I
They're
think
gonna be
I think
ready.
I'm not going to get in your head. You chose the Eagles. I would have gone Vikings, but I
Yeah,
think you're
once
I
you
think
said
you
it's at Minnesota, and they're coming off a bye too. Okay, we're gonna stay Eagles. I feel like at some point they're gonna be like, "Hey, let's actually try to do good things on offense and hand the ball to Saquon." I know he averaged
I
6.5 yards per carry in the first half, but let's just throw the ball the rest of the time.
I'm
So
just rooting for them to do terrible so that way they trade AJ. He gets upset, they trade him to the Titans, and it's fun to watch the Titans again. So
yeah.
that's what I'm hoping for.
All right, Jets at Panthers.
What a game.
Jets get their first win of the season.
I
That's my
would
prediction.
agree. I would agree. It's in home. It's at home.
Jets are decent at running the ball. Panthers are not a great run defense.
Rico might have a good game though.
Yeah. All right, Broncos, Giants. Broncos have not been good. I thought they were going to be a lot better than they've been. I'm still going to pick them, but they barely beat the Jets.
You gotta go Giants.
They,
I mean, I can't get in your head, but you gotta go Giants. That's our
I'm
team.
going Broncos. I know, no, that's your team.
The funny thing is
Two of
with this game though, it's funny because in half of my fantasy leagues this year, I drafted in redraft leagues. I drafted so many Bronco players. I drafted Bo Nix in a bunch of leagues. I drafted RJ Harvey. I'm like, honestly, I'm kind of team Bronco like at the beginning of the year, but now I'm just so all in on the Giants.
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm going to Denver.
Okay, I think you're wrong, but I'll put it in because you
Yeah.
said it.
Chargers, Colts. I'm going Colts.
You skipped the Titans game. Was that on purpose? So there's not much to talk about there.
Who are the Titans playing?
The Patriots. Mike
Picking
Vrabel
Patriots.
against his old team. Yeah.
Drake May looks so good. He looks like incredible. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm going Drake May
Okay, and you
and the
said
New England Patriots.
Colts against the
The
Chargers in
Chargers.
LA. Oh, you're choosing the
Yeah,
Chargers.
yeah.
Wow. Now you
No,
just
no,
talked about
Colts.
earlier. I was about to say, okay.
No.
You
No,
just
I
talked
said
about
Colts.
earlier.
No, I'm taking Colts.
Okay. Because you were
Yeah,
talking about how bad the Chargers have looked, and then I thought you said Chargers.
yeah.
Okay. Green Bay and
Cowboys,
Arizona.
Commanders. This is another
Okay.
Green Bay, Arizona. I'm going Green Bay.
Yeah,
The
that's a quick one.
Cowboys,
Okay.
Commander. I'm struggling with.
It's gonna
CD
be
Lamb
like you
back.
said. I think it's gonna be a shootout,
I'm
like you said.
going.
I think it's gonna be fun.
I think it's gonna be a fun game to watch. I'm gonna go Cowboys.
I like it.
Falcons, 49ers. Let's go Falcons. Yeah. 49ers, listen, they just lost Fred Warner. They don't have Nick Bosa. They lost their safety Talafonga or whatever his name is, and what's the other linebacker they lost? Greenlaw. Like the defense is not the same defense. They do get Kittle back. They might get Brock Purdy back. If they get Kittle back, Ricky Purcell. Now I'm second guessing myself. So I hate picking these on Tuesdays. I wish we could pick them Sunday morning. That's what we really need to do. We need to pick them Sunday morning when we
Mm-hmm.
know who's playing. If
It's
Brock
true.
Purdy, Ricky Purcell, and George Kittle plays, then I'm picking the 49ers.
Well, here's what we can do. We'll lock it in right now, and the episode we might post this. You know, by the time this is posted, our picks are in. But we can make a change before the game if you let me know, and then in our
Okay.
next week we'll talk about it and
Mhm.
we'll let everyone know that we changed it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Same goes for the Bucks Lions game. If we have Mike Evans and Emeka Ibuka against their banged up secondary and suspended Brian Branch, thank you for getting in that fight after the game, then I think we beat them. If we don't have any of our wide receivers, it's tough. We might not have any of our top 4 wide receivers in this game.
and it's in Detroit. I don't see not to be mean towards your Buccaneers, but I don't see how y'all win the game because Emeka's
Yeah,
not playing, right? I thought there was a pretty good chance he's not playing.
pretty good.
And
They haven't announced. They had
God,
an MRA today. They haven't said anything.
Godwin's out, right? Or
No
doubtful.
Bucky Irving, no Godwin, most likely. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that just seems
Mike
that
Evans might play.
okay. Yeah. That's just
Yeah.
tough though.
All right. We'll go Lions and we'll go Seahawks for the last 2.
Also, is that game really at 10 p.m.? At least I don't know if that's Central or Eastern, but that's crazy. A Monday night game at like 10.
Probably is 10 o'clock Eastern because 3 hours difference, so it's 7 o'clock
Yeah, that's
on the West
crazy.
Coast. Yeah. I will be asleep when the game begins.
Yeah, you'll watch highlights.
All right. Those are your picks for the 46th ranked pick in Craig's league of pick 'em. What do you think? How many of them would you have disagreed with? I think I only disagreed with like 2 of yours last week, one of which being the Titans game.
I was pretty close with just about everything you said. I think the Giants I would have chosen. Miami, I think I would have chosen. The Rams, I probably would have chosen. But I think honestly, your picks look solid because all your points that you made would have made me switch too. Like my gut would have gone Rams with Jags, but then you would have talked me into switching to the Jags, I think.
Well, thank you guys for listening. It's been another great episode. As always, like, comment, share. Let us know your favorite segments. Did you like the keep 4, cut 4? Or did you go, that's not really my vibe. I don't really like it. Let us know in the comments. We appreciate you all. Share this. Have a great one. Everybody, take care. Sign